Please stand by as we examine the curious history and genuine mystery of the original prop helmets from Harlan Ellison's classic Outer Limits episode, Soldier. I'm Captain Kirk, longtime passionate collector of old school sci-fi. Join me as we explore classic props and the tales they tell in the Prop Gallery. Tonight's Object Obscura visits us from beyond. Beyond the Twilight Zone, beyond the Dark Room, beyond the Black Mirror. It beckons from the Outer Limits. The Outer Limits was ABC's answer to the critically acclaimed but ratings-challenged Twilight Zone. In its first season, it was an unparalleled sci-fi TV series, recognized for its storytelling, production values, and its sheer unrestrained creativity. Stephen King called it the best series of its type ever. Now, to be clear, there is no other series of its type. The Outer Limits is one of a kind. So if you haven't seen it, recommend.
The worst thing of all is I watch it.
There is nothing wrong with your television set.
Hollywood outlaw and wonderkin Leslie Stevens created the series.
I placed the heavy elements in the cyclotron.
He was drawn to stories of hard science.
I split a crack in time and space.
And strange quantum realms.
It will burn us! Burn us!
But the soul, morality, and conscience of the show
We are told that on this planet, fear is the spur.
Was its main writer-producer, Joseph Psycho Stefano.
The Outer Limits is the centerpiece of my career.
Stefano pretty much turned Stevens' quantum science
Let him annihilate 1,000,000 worlds!
into weird science.
We were to rejoin here to blend our frequencies.
But our story begins when the series was picked up for a second season in 1964. Vast creative differences with ABC drove out the first season's production team.
For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear.
In year 2, they were replaced by a network loyalist, Ben Brady. Brady was an ex-network man and former producer of Perry Mason. All told, Brady was apparently a good guy and had some solid ideas. One of which was securing the rights to good literary sci-fi, on which a few of the episodes would be based. Into this mix stepped infamous Harlan Ellison. Ellison was a Hugo and Nebula award-winning science fiction author who was starting to make waves as an A-list plus television writer.
In the real world, there are no ooga booga monsters.
Brady purchased Ellison's original 1957 short story called Soldier from Tomorrow, about a futuristic soldier thrown back in time to a contemporary Earth. With its name shortened to Soldier, Brady quickly put it into production. Though it was the second episode produced, the network moved it up to the season premiere slot. That was a good idea. It's excellent, memorable, and highly influential. Arguably the single most influential episode of the entire series. But more on that later. The star of Soldier,
I'm Tom Kagan,
was ostensibly Lloyd Noland, a top-name actor at the time. But the performer most associated with the episode is, of course, the soldier himself, Quarlo Coprigny, played with barely restrained rage by Michael Ansara. Now, Michael Ansara was a Syrian-born American who appeared in damn near everything from the late 50s through the early 80s that needed a Native American, an Arab, or an alien.
Will die of suffocation in the icy cold of space.
But his most famous role was probably Kang.
It's your death. We win. Nobody wins.
In the Star Trek original series episode Day of the Dove. But in the opinion of many, his greatest accomplishment was in marrying Barbara Eden and fathering her son. Yeah. Quarlo is introduced in the first incredible scene of the story, the futuristic battleground of a war-torn Earth. This was shot on the massive Paramount Sunset stage, 3 times the size of most Hollywood sound stages at the time. I mean, look at that. The background itself is truly striking even for today.
His name is Quarlo, and he is a foot soldier.
Quarlo is being stalked by the enemy,
And the enemy waits for him.
played by gravel-faced character actor Alan Jaff.
And you will all swear your fealty to me. Not while my lord lives.
Best known for his supporting roles in Franklin Schaffner's films The Warlord and Papillon. Now, here's where the story of the soldier helmet really takes off. In the opening scene, we are given a bunch of incredible close-ups of the soldier helmet worn by Quarlo and the enemy. But wait, they do seem remarkably similar, don't they? Almost like they are the same prop. There is only one scene where both helmets can be seen together, and it is such an extreme wide shot that neither one of them are really visible. So what's up? For decades, collectors speculated that because of the compressed timeline and cut budget of Season 2, that only one soldier helmet was actually made. And it was used by both Quarlo and the enemy. And to be honest, this belief influenced what comes later.
We now return control of your television set to you.
Now, after Outer Limits was canceled halfway through its 2nd season, the soldier helmet disappeared for over a decade, till it suddenly reappeared as Mork's helmet in the opening credits of Mork and Mindy. Repainted bright silver with the antenna removed and replaced with a goofy light. Still, no evidence that a second helmet ever existed. So, not a huge surprise when in 2019, the Mork helmet finally appeared at auction. But only 2 photos of the prop were made available, making it difficult to screen match. Then, just a year later, this appeared. What is this? No details, no goggles, funky fabric snaps, and no evidence of an antenna at all. Indeed, collectors believed it may have been a simplified second helmet, built for that one extreme wide shot where the combatants blow themselves into time. Okay, all good. So the mystery's solved. Not so fast. In 2023, this turned up in auction. The helmet is made of fiberglass and still has the original paint job and a complete interior. The surface is very rough, like the Mork helmet, and that has led many fans to suspect they were both individually handmade. And what about the goggles themselves? They were Army surplus from a 50s-era Cold War fighter jet helmet. And it came with an unexpected provenance. A 2003 Profiles in History auction, describing it as having been discovered in a wardrobe rental house in 1994. Further investigation of the helmet also turned up this little tidbit, a photograph at the Mopop Science Fiction Museum in Seattle in 2010. So what to make of 3 soldier helmets? Now, the following is a prime example of where you see what you want to see. We screen matched this helmet all over the place from the close-ups available in the opening scene. And what did we find? It matched both helmets, Quarlo and the enemy. But wait, there's more. Right after the opening credits, Quarlo appears in 1964 America. Now, there are no close-ups, so screen matching is difficult. But there is an insert shot, clearly showing the interior, and it does not match the gallery's prop helmet. So, there was a second helmet, and it was most likely used in the exterior scenes shot on another day. To summarize, the gallery screen matched its prop all over the opening scene, while it appears likely the Mork helmet was used in the street scenes. At this point, I'm feeling pretty good. We have scored Michael Ansara's hero Quarlo helmet. Brag to anyone who cares, yada yada. Then, in 2024, Prop Store put the Mork helmet up for auction again. But this time, with a load of supporting photographic evidence, screen matching the Mork helmet to the opening scene. The only problem, our helmet has the exact same screen matched points, so the helmets were not individually handmade, but were pulled from a single mold. So they're exactly the same. No. there's one important exception. Quarlo's helmet has one bolt in the front, and the enemy helmet has two. The gallery's prop has two. There is no doubt we have the enemy helmet, the secondary helmet, not Quarlo's hero prop. Bummer. But the truth is the truth. And remember I told you that Soldier was arguably the single most influential episode of Outer Limits? Why? Well, eventually Soldier became rather famous,
In the 21st century,
or infamous, for being involved in a lawsuit against James Cameron's
the Terminator.
Both are believed to have a lot of similar plot elements. Famously, litigious Harlan Ellison took the Terminator's makers to court and won. He now has a credit on the film. And what the heck is that third dumbed-down helmet? Where did it come from? What was it for? Why should it exist at all? Could it, do you think, no. Could it have maybe come from the future?
Questions from the dark pit, but no answers.
So that's the story of the 3 soldier helmets from Outer Limits. If you enjoyed this presentation, please subscribe, as I have many, many more stories on props and the tales they tell. And check out the new episode of Collector's Call on MeTV, featuring the prop gallery.
This is it. This is the big one.
Next time on Prop Gallery, we have
The attack of a giant goldfish.
and
We are 500 years ahead of you. I am prepared for my mission.
not to mention,
You can't control white-hot lava when it's busting through from the center of the Earth.
and this guy, as we look at an unknown legacy
I think I'm losing control.
about good guys and bad guys. And this guy again.
A little aquafoil here coming around the corner.
We'll look at the props and paintings used to sell shows that never made it. What flew and what sank. Props, paintings, dreams, and nightmares from the fevered mind of Irwin Allen.
That's a large order to fill, but we have very good reasons for making that promise.